Should be nice.
Yeah, right. Just waiting on both players to be ready. We're getting to our series here versus Wuggy versus Roxas. We're gonna be starting on Overgrowth. For those of you apparently confused, aka Albert Shalasaka. There we go. Wait, I'm gonna look at his name to say it right. This is not the Roxas from SV Rush. This is a different Roxas. This is not Travis. Oh,
Hmm.
guess who just messaged me on Skype?
Ninkazi.
Yep.
Poor Ninkazi.
He's like 5 minutes late at this point, even for the second match. So no, he's done. Oh well, he thought I meant 2 p.m. Pacific, which doesn't make any sense. So doesn't matter. We are in our next game, our last series of the day. Spawning down here in the bottom left in pink from Team Unrivaled is our Zerg player. It is Roxas.
And in the top right of Overgrowth, in red, it is from Team All Inspiration, Woogie. I feel so bad for Ninkazi. At least
Yeah,
he's got an excuse now, I guess.
sure. Still,
Still.
I made it pretty clear.
Yeah.
I can go look back at the Skype chat with him where we said
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern is good for you. Yep. Actually, I pasted it like 7 times because he wasn't responding to me, so he has to have known. Oh well for him. So too bad. We are in our last series of the night. That's or not night. It's still even afternoon for me. So the only person it's night for here is actually Roxas, since he is a German player. So it's funny. We had that ZVZ with you, like the ridiculous the micro tricks of bling bling all the time. And it was two European players playing cross server on NA, trying to deal with whatever lag they have to deal with. So
Yeah.
any bit of micro we saw there is even more impressive, considering all things considered. So that's how it goes, I guess. But TVZ here, starting on Overgrowth. We're gonna see there's gonna be a pull first from Roxas. We still, once again, Woogie not going for any early gas. He doesn't seem to be a kind of player who likes to go for gas early, which is really kind of interesting at this stage of the expansion. You almost always see some gas early on. In both games we've seen from Woogie so far against Zerg player, he's gone gas late, rather late. In fact, I mean, he went that CC first in the second game versus Stark. That didn't work out in his favor simply because he got scattered so quickly, I think. But want to see what he decides to do this game with gas. I mean, the first game against Stark, when he went for that Hellion Banshee sort of play, it worked out pretty well. It wasn't a bad game for him. He just didn't follow up very well. So if he goes for that again, is able to do a little bit more damage, it may be a good enough build for him to go for twice.
Yeah. Not sure how much Roxas was paying attention either. Game one. Shouldn't lose this overlord. We'll see the Marine. Should be able to back off onto this high ground quickly enough. You know exactly what build's coming out now as well. We can't know exactly. It has confirmed that there's a really fast factory behind it, but shouldn't be too concerned with this now. Has four links. We'll probably send him straight across the map, knowing there's no Reaper coming at all for Woogie. Woogie is sending his Marine out this time to try and pick up an Overlord, which I like that. He's a bit early though. It wouldn't be over there just yet, but I like the intentions.
Yeah, the early links from Roxas here should be able to actually, I mean, if they get in, because he does have 6 on the map right now. He doesn't lose one of them actually. He pulled that back, but there's another Marine here. We'll be able to pick that off. But if he's able to focus on that SCV well enough, he should be able to force at least a little bit of delay on the command center. The SCV is going to go down just barely before the CC doesn't finish. And now there's no Marines left right now. This is actually really annoying for Woogie. This is a really, really bad start for him. He does have a third command center coming up, but he's got to get down there with some more SCVs to help actually finish this command center. Actually, kind of wish the Lings would have just focused on the SCV because now that CC will finish.
Anyone gets in and sees a third CC, so he knows exactly what's going on. You can feel free to do whatever he likes, whether or not he decides to just go up, straight up, takes his gases and banning bust him, or just completely stay gasless and take a third base and creep the map like crazy.
Yeah, he is going to go take a third hatchery really quickly. I mean, taking a third hatch without any gas, you don't really see that in a ZBT, but given how he's opened here, he's denied a little bit of time on the command center, actually a lot of bit of time on the command center. Actually, the third command center is also not building right now. He killed that SCV when he got in with the Ling that had 1 HP. He managed to kill that SCV. Now Woogie is just now restarting that. He is up to a second barracks here, so he's going to be able to make a decent amount of Marines relatively quickly, but still, really good start here for Roxas here in game one.
Yeah, he's just going to delay this natural from landing for quite a while as well. He's probably have to wait for these four Marines. I think he can probably push down and push these things away. Starts his factory, which is nice. He can tech lab on the barracks as well. Yes, he might even lose another SCV here for really no point of. And gets a Ling. Oh, cancels the factory as well. Wow, that's not
Wait,
ideal.
was he going for two factors, or was he just repositioning it?
He's repositioning it, but
Oh,
still less than ideal.
yeah. For sure. I
Roxas,
mean, losing anything at this point is pretty bad for Woogie. He's got the second barracks up, which is interesting. He can still make a pretty heavy Marine count, and also help out with the factory, whether he's going to make Hellions or what. He probably had a plan in this game going in, and that plan has probably been completely ruined. Now he's just trying to scramble himself back into a good situation, but he's already down 13 workers. Roxas already has a third hatchery that's finished and at his base. So he's going to be able to start drawing that up as well. And have we seen really any army supply come out from Roxas since? No, he still only has just 3 lings on the map right now. He's doing nothing but droning. He's got a Baneliness on the way. It's really probably just for defense. But he's going to have a pretty quickly saturated 3 bases here. Already up to 48 workers. It's going to be over 50 here in just a moment. And once he decides to, he can probably make a huge swell of army units and move across the map and do a ton of damage. Good positioning on this bunker here for Wuggy, however, so if he makes a double wall, he should be able to be okay against any sort of bust, but we do already have a lair on the way even for Roxas, so a lot of decisions for him to make.
yeah. Wouldn't be surprised to see Roxas just freely drone up to 75, 80 drones. Take his fourth base soon so he can get those extra gas geysers. He's kind of free to do whatever he wants. Might start just a couple of links here just to push these few Hellions away. But even then, the Queens should be enough, really.
Yeah. Queens are going to push that back. He does get 1 tumor for his troubles. He does get a couple more lings as well, but with the amount of lings that Roxas is making now, he's got 10 that did just pop. So he's going to be able to defend again. It's only 2 Hellions. It's not like it's 10 right now. It could be a lot more had the opening of this game not gone the way it did. As it stands, Woogie has already made a couple of Widow Mines he's got on the map now. He's already switched over the reactor factory into the starport so he can get medevac production on the way. So to see what he decides to do. He's going to go for like early drops maybe to maybe pull himself back in this game. Let's see.
Yeah. Macro Hatch coming down. 4 Roxas here as well. Taking gas guys at 5 and 6, which is nice.
Sorry, I had to mute myself momentarily. The
Yeah,
dog was barking.
Spire is starting. That dog of yours.
So they get, oh gosh, Rux is even taking the gold base as his fourth. He's so confident in this game. He got
Yeah.
over and saw the third wasn't actually there yet for Woogie. He has really nothing to be afraid of. Did +1 attack actually finish? Okay, +1 attack did finish for Woogie. I was really afraid he forgot +1 attack for a moment, but it is finished. +1 armor is finishing up as well. There's a lot of production here for Woogie, and we've seen in the previous games if he gets his production rolling, kind of unabated, he can make a really nice swell of units and to start pushing across the map, start doing that sort of parade push. But every game we've seen so far, he's been met by just this wall of banelings and been unable to really do too much against it. And even the speed overlord, the massive Ferrari overseer, actually over here, seeing everything right now. Even spreading creep at these other extra bases is Roxas, so it's going to be even more annoying for Woogie to take his own third base. And the creep is already almost to the second watchtower here for Roxas, so just such a rough start. This is kind of continuing to get bad here for Woogie, but still, he held on in games for a really long time, and he's still really, really good with his control, so he should be able to put up a good enough fight, at least to get him a little bit further into this game.
Yeah, Roxas almost seems a little bit on autopilot for the moment. Just macroing non-stop. It hasn't really been tested at all yet in this game. The flood of units will begin now as well. He is up to 86 drones. He's fully saturated this gold base instantly. Needs to take these gas geysers though. Really wants to ramp up that gas production. A lot of banelings, 19 started. He already has 6 out as well. And the creep is like another creep tumor and it's pushing on to Woogie's third base. He's covered half the map in creep already. Quite impressive.
Yeah, and these Banes looking like they're going to swing around to what would be the normal throw base location instead of going for the actual location that Woogie is at with his army. Maybe just trying to set up a sort of a counter. He's setting a bunch of lings and maybe trying to hopefully just get a run by while attacking his main army at the third base. There's a lot of Hellbats and a lot of Marauders here, actually, so this is actually a pretty poor trade for Roxas right now. The supplies have actually started to go into the favor of our Terran player, and Roxas is actually losing some mutas over here at the third base as well. Being a little bit careless, he is getting a lot of worker kills, which is nice, but he's still losing some mutas. That's not what he wants to be doing right now, but he is on top of the production for Woogie, but there's so few mutas left over. There's only 5. The Marines that are popping out will be able to just turn this away, and Woogie, with that engagement, has really put himself in a more of a decent position. Even Widowmine's going up on those mutas. Not really the greatest of control out of Roxas here, but he is sitting on 83 workers still. He's got a lot of hatcheries, he's got a lot of injects going on, but it looks like he may be a little bit behind on his injects because he doesn't have many larvae right now. And he's trying to remake as much as he possibly can. I mean, lings are extremely larva heavy, so when you're going this style, you can't afford to throw away that much all at once, again, and kill so little the way he did. So Woogie, putting himself in a good position at this point of the game, just needs to continue doing that probably 3 or 4 more times before he's really on even footing.
Yeah, he's starting to really clean this creep up now. If he can push up onto this gold base in a good position, mutas are swinging around, going to try and do some harassment. And he's going to do another ling run by here with some banelings. Should be able to kill quite a few workers. If you can defend this army that's pushed on the creep, banelings do a lot of work there.
Yep.
No splits to speak of. Meanwhile,
really,
17 drones go down at the
really
third
awful
as well.
position. Really awful position for Woogie. He got caught by the foliage out in the middle of the map.
Muted in the natural as well.
Everything went wrong really quick. About as badly as that first engagement with Roxas, I think it went twice as bad in the second engagement for Woogie. And Roxas is gonna take game number 1 here. So GG to him. We will get into game number 2, which is possibly the last map of the day. It's gonna be on Deadwing. There we go. Is he gonna go for CC first again?
Maybe.
Maybe.
That game though, like Roxas, like the first attack he tried to attack in 2 places at once, and it just didn't go well at all. And the second attack, he attacked in 3 places at once, and it went super well. It's like we dealt with it poorly on all the fronts, unfortunately. So, Roxas was just freely able to macro and get set up, like perfectly. Like if you can drone to 80 unchallenged, you're gonna be in for a good time most
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
At Deadwing, we'll see the attempted Bomber S 3cc before taking gas. Didn't pay off this
Sorry,
game.
I'm dying warm right now. Oh, I should probably turn my fan on actually. So I'll take a moment. I'm gonna mute myself so this isn't stupid. So you're gonna have to talk for a bit.
Yes. Woogie's asked for a quick 5-minute break.
Oh, why?
Why? It's a long break.
It was a long break.
We'll give him a minute, I think.
Yeah, that's a kind of an unnecessarily long break. I'm not sure why he needs that exactly.
Yeah.
Unless he's having some bowel issues, perhaps. Let's go with that. I guess it's as good a time as any to mention our pseudo sponsors, our coaches that I mentioned earlier, our Zerg coach Tang from All Inspiration, Protoss coach Gemini from Integrity Gaming, and Run Amok, our Terran coach from Exile 5. All good guys, thanking them for actually donating their time, or well, the theoretical donation of their time a little bit later on. Once all these groups are finished, we get through the quarterfinals and on the semis and finals, etc. We'll be a little bit ways away, of course. We do have all their information. You can follow them and check out their websites below the video player here. And of course, do follow the channel here, the CTL channel. We do have quite a few events that do go on outside of the CSL. Going on here, we have CTL match casts happen on this channel. Individual leagues do cast some of their games on here as well, whenever they are available. My eye is losing its mind right now. My right eye is just like not functioning correctly. I'm like blanking and looking really strangely at it. Anyway, and of course the Choba Team League itself, chobateamleague.com. Do go check that out. Diamond and below all welcome. Join teams. Pro League format each week. It's like a best of 9 between teams. We do a round robin format for the regular season, then just a regular single elimination tournament bracket for the season finals. We were currently in the middle of season 9 right now, but you can sign up and join a team at any time. So feel free. If you are new, just happen to be watching, go check that out. I'm sure a team will be happy to pick you up and join. Looks like
Yeah,
I was going to say it looks like, but the back came from Ambrosia, not
yeah.
from our player. So still gonna
Still
be a little bit of
we.
time, I suppose. Poor Nikazi, but there's a reason the rules are the way they are. It's not like it wasn't clear when the time of the group
Yeah, I
was.
know.
Um, it's,
Sucks for him.
yeah,
He was so
we
keen to
were.
play.
Yeah, there was the countdown was going on when he messaged me, so uh that was a bit of an issue, but nothing that we can really
Do.
uh, nothing really do about that.
Hmm. Oh well. Next time, Nkazi. He'll qualify for the next season, I'm sure. Very strong Terran player. I just would have liked to see how he went against Roxas or Stark. Well, the Stark would have played him though.
Yeah, but
I
I
like
mean, even at
Nkazi's.
TBT, I'm confused. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how he goes TBT necessarily these days.
He played BCX a while ago, and they went 2-1 in the series. BCX is pretty good Terran from best loss. So,
Yeah.
we'll see. Yeah, I think TVZ and TVT are his best two matchups, though, I think. But, yeah. Would be interesting.
Yeah, but that's why, reading comprehension's a good thing, to say the least. It was only
Yes.
posted in like 7 different locations what time the group was. So it was on Team Liquid, it was on the CTL side, it was in the chat to him, it was in the confirmation message to the entire group, it was in game in the group. It was an invite on the site as well, so you could have seen that, which he did accept also. The only person who didn't actually accept that group invite
Was
was Roxas,
Roxas.
and he's here,
Yeah.
clearly. So,
Group D, who do you think gets out? Out of Nefarious,
Group
Lando,
D. I
Peddler, Jacobus.
guess we can't talk about the other groups. We do have 2 more groups to go. You're talking about Group D would be the next group. It's going to be next Friday, March 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Nefarious, Lando, Hasbrother, Jacobus. Say probably Mr. Lando, and I don't know. I don't know. Hasbrother's been playing very well, but I think he got. I'm not sure if he played. Did he play this past weekly? I can't remember if he did or not. He may not have. Jacobus playing random. I don't think he'll be able to get out of this group. And Nefarious, he's very good, but I don't think he's up to Mr. Land on House Builder. Maybe. So maybe the 2 Terrans getting out of the group. That's my guess.
Mm. But both these last two groups actually have a lot of good players. In like Group A, it's like 1 HP, Tux, Canary, BCX. Like a lot of very good Terrans. And 1 HP, he loves his Swarm host. I think all of them play Bio though. Oh, Canary does play a bit of mech.
Yeah, sometimes Canary will go max, so that could be a possibility. I want to say Canary and 1 HP played recently for some reason somewhere, but it could be just absolutely insane. Yeah, that group will be on next Sunday, so a week from today. At the same time,
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern. What time did he ask about that? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's still not back. But he actually, same sort of situation. If he's not back for 10 minutes, and he gets a walkover. So we'll have to see. I'm still ready. Thanks, Roxas. I'm glad Roxas is still ready. It's good to
I'm
see.
glad this is ready.
Right?
Yeah. I like how Roxas was complaining before because it's getting late for him over in
Yeah,
the
that's true.
EU. He's a young guy as well, so he's not like a grown-ass adult. He can do whatever he wants. But like he got out of 2 best of threes. It's like he's already
Yeah,
cut off about 2 hours roughly of his time, which is
especially in
nice.
TVZs,
Yeah.
possible TVZs. Um,
And Kazi has a great GG timing as well.
yeah. Uh, what else was it? What am I looking for right now? I forgot what I was looking for completely. That's fine. Um, yeah, I got nothing right now. So
Yeah.
actually, it's possible. It is still possible in the round of 8 we could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players from All Inspiration. It's still
Still,
possible,
still
which is absolutely
possible.
insane. I don't think I doubt that'll happen. Well, I mean,
Maybe.
4.
Maybe.
I think 4 will happen, but I'm not sure about that. I'll have to see.
I've got 2 more from you guys, I reckon, that get in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Lando makes it pretty easily, and then
yeah,
Canary, he's very strong, but I don't know. Tax and BCX are just so good.
yeah. Canary's
Uh,
very hit and miss. Like Canary, like one day will look unbeatable,
yeah,
and the next day he'll get crushed. I don't understand why. It's like, and like everyone knows his style now. Like it's no secret to those three players playing against him. Like maybe he just fully metas them and just goes CC first every game. I don't know. I don't know.
the Jeopardy music could be real. Should be real. Still waiting on Woogie to actually come back. I'm not sure why he needed 10 minutes. He didn't run 5 minutes. He didn't really say why.
No, I asked him why, and he just bailed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Let's see when the last match ended. 'Cause if it does take 10 minutes, he's gonna get a walkover, which is gonna be bad for him. He's got 2 minutes actually. The last game ended 8 minutes ago, so if he's not back, then that's interesting. Probably has that with me to bottom.
Where'd he go? I actually want to know at this stage, what did he do? Like, is he okay? Has he like tripped and fallen and smashed his head or something? Oh, he's
Oh, there he
back.
is. Just in
Finally.
time. Literally barely in time. He had
Uh,
about 60
uh,
seconds. So, and now Roxas is gonna be FK on the laugh.
yeah,
Roxas
yeah.
is not ready still. There we go.
No,
No, that's the version.
no. Roxas doesn't get a walkover from here. He gets like another 10 minutes from this time, doesn't he?
No,
No.
I don't know. The rules are strange. The rules are strange.
Yeah. We're
All right,
here.
well, we are counting down. We are going into the
Countdown.
next map. That's actually a thing. Oh, I just missed it.
Deadwing. We shall see if Woogie changes it up. Let's go for that
Apparently,
Reaper style.
apparently he was on TeamSpeak talking with Stark about the last match or something. Uh,
Uh,
Perhaps
really?
about something to do on this map to counter Roxas' style. So we'll just see. I mean, it's a good person to have in your ear if you've lost the match. So see what Woogie decides to throw out here. I mean, this is another big map. He did go CC first in that first match that he played on this map. So I'm intrigued if he'll do that again, but Roxas knowing that in that game went really bad for Wookie. So we'll have to see what he decides to do here in game number 2, which we are in. We are in this game, spawning down here in the bottom right in pink from Team Unrivaled. He is one victory away from moving on to the round of 8. It is Roxas.
And in the top left, spawning cross positions from Team All Inspiration. In the red, it is Woogie. Yes. Getting some advice from Stark, which is nice. Which is nice. I wish I just didn't waste our time, that was all.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he was, if you're tilting hard and you want to take a moment, I suppose you can.
Yeah.
Let's make sure you're not going to lose a game for a really ridiculous reason, like for getting a early depot or something silly like that. But not going to be the case, at least in the 1 minute mark here. Depot is down, so super proud of Woogie for getting that done. Curious to see if Roxas did he go hatch first in the game? Wait, he didn't play a Deadwing. That was Stark. Never mind. I'm brutally insane. He's gone
Yeah.
full first, I think, in every single game almost, except for the game he
Except
went
for that
hatch first against.
on Inferno, yeah.
Yeah, that was rough. We do have barracks first here for Woogie. Is there going to be a gas? No gas. I don't think it's going to be a gas here. Doesn't look like it's going to be a gas. So same sort of style we saw earlier from going this gasless openings. It's interesting. I don't know. If it works for him, I would be more okay with it. But so far, it hasn't actually worked for him. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can actually pull something out that's gonna do a little bit of damage. Because playing against the Zergs that he is playing, in giving up map control, ceding map control for the first 6-7 minutes of the game is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
He doesn't get those Hellions out. He doesn't have a Reaper out either. He can't push back creep instantly. Can't do any sort of pressure onto your opponent for such a long period of time. He doesn't really. He lets his opponent freely macro and drone up back home. So I'd like to see him do something earlier, perhaps. Maybe like he did in the game on Vonnie versus Stark, where he went for that early Hellion and Banshee push.
Yeah. I don't like giving up map control against a Zerg, especially a Zerg that like Zergs that have renowned good creep spread Like you're just creating an uphill battle for yourself the whole game. I like that Rox has left his second overlord back home as well. Just a spot for any kind of sneaky bunker or to stop any kind of sneaky marine trying to get a kill on it. It's a bit of a change up from him, not avoiding a bit of earlier scouting information, but staying safe. Doesn't want to lose to something silly in this last game.
Yeah, it's possible you could have. This isn't a terrible map despite its size for something like a proxy 11, but
Yeah.
leaving that overload there just assures yourself that you're not getting bunkered out front. It's not going to be a problem in the early game, and we do have a really quick third command center once again from Woogie. So it wasn't a CC first in this game, but he's still going for it as this super quick third command center. If he gets away with this, it's really nice, but if he doesn't get away with it, it's going to be a problem. The gas has been mostly pulled out of by Roxas here. He has left one in there while he is getting the speed, so he's going to be able to get up to a lair at a pretty decent time while continuing to get his actual saturation done at his natural base. And probably once speed is near being finished, he will probably go and take his own third hatchery. He's got a pretty large number of middles right now, but over those finish ups, he makes a bunch of drones. That's where that goes. And there's enough Marines out on the other side of the map that these lings moving out aren't going to be able to get really any information done right. They're figured out.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long time until Roxas sees this third CC as well. It's gonna take him quite a while. Second barrack starting now as well. Should be seeing a factory come down any second. It's just the second overlord so far away from getting a scout off. And Lings do poke up here. Shouldn't get anything done though.
Oh, the Overlord as well is going to die
Overlord.
for Roxas. That's a bit of a rough start. There's nothing on the map right now, vision-wise, and this second Overlord that sat back home for such a long time. Still, it's going to be, what, 2-3 minutes before it actually gets near the base and is able to see that there's a third command center. So any sort of counter for Roxas is not going to happen. He's just going to take his own third hatchery. He's just going to build his normal style. He's not going to be able to kind of react to what his opponent is doing. He is going up to the second and third gases. There's going to be a fourth, not just yet at least. So he's getting a good chunk of gas right now. He's starting to make some Evo chambers out front as well to help wall that location off. He's still making a lot of queens. No lair on the way just yet. I would expect to see that somewhat soon, but he could also be using this gas just for the early upgrades.
Yeah. Creep spread is starting. I like that. He's really starting to push this creep out, and really wants to push it past halfway again on this map. And a little Ling patrolling out the front. Factory switched over. Should be seeing a couple of Hellions pop out. He's only been going for 2 Hellions as Woogie most of these games so far. He just kind of sacrifices them as well, trying to get a scout off. He goes straight into Widow Mines afterwards. Likes a really high Widow Mine count.
The Widow Mines, they can be an extreme annoyance for a Zerg player to deal with. Woogie didn't really get that count up at all last game. He had a couple, but there was nothing really to speak of. And given the way that game started, it wasn't much of a surprise. Stem is on its way. It's about 30% finished here, so it's going to be a pretty decent time. If Woogie decides to throw down maybe another barracks, he could get a little aggressive with this Stem. I mean, he did. Opening up with these 2 barracks here, he still has a pretty good number of bio units, and adding Marauders as well with this Stem that we'll have can be a scary early force, but with the amount of, even just with the amount of queens that Roxas has, he'd be able to defend against anything. The Hellions are going to try to poke up here, and they're going to see that. And they're going to try for drone kills, I suppose, or they're just going to try and scout. I guess they're just trying to scout, but it's a 200 mineral scout, I guess.
Yeah.
When he gets all the information he wanted to get, he sees the layers on its way. Wait, yeah, the layer's already finished. What am I saying? Saw the Bailey Nest as well. He saw a macro hatchery, so he knows there's not a spire just yet. There wasn't a third gas either, and there's 2 macro hatcheries down for Roxas here. He's just going to be powering up a ton of Lings and Banes, I think, and probably trying to kill Woogie in that regard. I think once the Bane speed finishes up, did he skip Carapace? He did skip Carapace. I'm not sure if that was
I think he's forgotten it. There's no reason why he should have skipped it here. Had double Evo. He has the gas for it. So I think he's completely skipped out and forgotten on it. He's even delaying his Spire. He hasn't thrown any Spire at all, so he does want to play that real heavy Link Baneling style. Plus on Carapace would have been ideal for that. It's gonna
36
be
lings on the way. Well, yeah, 36 lings are just going to be popping out here in a moment. With these extra hatcheries that are going to finish up, it's going to be a lot of larvae available here for Roxas. It means a lot of units. And if he just continues using all of his gas on Banes, continues punching forward, but is there, where's the factory? It's actually making Hellions right now. I thought it'd be making Widow Mines, which may do a little bit better against what is coming his way. This is going to be a lot of units coming from Roxas, assuming he's going to continue making lings, but he's actually stopped for the moment. He's at 150 supply or 150 supply available, and only at 93 supply. So I'm not sure why exactly he's not making anything. There we go, 46 lings in production. So he does use all of his larvae. Finally, he's making 29 Banes and actually making all those Banes on his side of the map. That's a really high number of Banelings at this stage of the game.
Yeah, he has an overseer in the army of Woogies as well, so he knows exactly what's going on. Creep spreading at both the third locations. 2-2 is started for Woogie. It's only +1 for Roxas. Still no carapace, but it's just a lot of lings and banelings.
Yeah.
Wants to really get on top of this army, surround it, and just kind of crush it all in one go. 56 lings for reinforcements as well. He really wants to end this game quite quickly. If you can catch Woogie unprepared. Sends a small army up, just in case of any Widow Mines.
Actually, he almost snipes off one of the Widow Mines, but I don't think the Widow Mines are actually going to be able to burrow and do anything decent. They do both go down, and there's really almost nothing left right now for Wuggy. He's got what he has that's reinforcing. He did actually pick up a lot of his army and throw it into the natural, but now that he's not actually microwaving that back, there are still a lot of banelings left and 56 more lings in production. Woogie is losing most everything, and he just does not have the production right now to actually counter what is coming his way. This 5-hatch play, just massive Lang Bling swarm here from the Zerg player. He just needs to make some more Banes just to kind of assure his victory, but that second command center is on fire. 31 SCVs have gone down already. Roxas, as soon as he makes a huge swell of Banes, which he's making a good number in the middle of the map, and I imagine he's going to be making even more coming over near Woogie's base. And once those roll in, it's going to be really, really rough here for our Darien player. He's 130 supply to 60. That's a rather big lead in any stage of the game. 2-2 is going to be finishing up here for Woogie, so that's nice going up against just +1, but that's just a numbers game at this point. 79 army supply to 37, rather massively in favor of Roxas here.
Yeah. Splitting, doing his best to try and split. He's got the Marauders at the front tanking, but Baneling's controlled pretty well here. Just bypassing all the Marauders. It's just rolling in now. There's way too much Zerg here for Woogie. Only a handful of Marines left. He's trying to repair this command center, but that's going to go down real quickly. Baneling's rolling up into the main, killing off all the army. There's still so many lings left over.
Yeah, nothing in production right now for Woogie. He's just coming to terms with this, and there it is, GG. So Roxas will move on into the round of 8, so congratulations to him. He will be joining Stark, his counterpart here from Group C. So that was a really, really quick group for all intents and purposes. It's going to actually do it for this group at least.